What's up guys, it's Tatyana and welcome back to my channel. First of all, yes, it's been a while. I've went through some transitions within the last few months, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I cut off my hair completely, so this is how we're looking. In my last few videos I had braids, but that was like after I cut my hair. I just braided it up for like Thanksgiving, Christmas and stuff. But now it is February 17th, which is a day before my 22nd birthday, which is crazy. I don't really have much planned for tomorrow, for myself at least. I don't know if I'm gonna be surprised with anything. Honestly, I've been trying to just embrace having my shorter hair and not really worrying about looking good on camera, because at the end of the day, this is how I look naturally. So I shouldn't feel so like insecure about getting on camera with how I look literally naturally on a daily basis. Here I am trying to record my first video. Record my first video of 2026. And what we have today is basically just like, it's more so of like a bookish video, but it's also like a vlog and like kind of an update on everything, you know? But for the most part, I'm gonna be trying to read and see how much I can read in this video. I'm doing this mostly because I did have a chance to get 2 early Christmas presents. I was able to buy 2 books from Amazon that's coming in sometime today. And it doesn't tell me what time they're coming in, and they're still not out for delivery yet. And it's 1:30 p.m. right now and they're still not out for delivery. So I feel like they're gonna come later today, which is kind of depressing because I want them now. But I could tell y'all the books that I did order. The first book that I ordered is Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. Joya Goffney. Hey, I'm not good at names. We know this. But I've been talking about this book for a minute now. It's been in like my books I want to read. Like the last video that I posted, I'm pretty sure this book was in it. It's just been something that I've had on my Goodreads as well in my want to read section, and I finally ended up getting it because I found it cheaper on Amazon. It's $10 on Amazon, but whenever I went to Books A Million and Barnes & Noble, they were like trying to charge me $15. So I got this for a pretty good price, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I also got By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. And this book is something that, I mean, I haven't really heard much about. I just know that it's like a spin-off of like Disney characters, like Disney princess characters. It's basically what it's based off of. And I mean, there's no order on which way to read them. And I don't know if I want to read the other ones because they're all written by different authors. But I picked this one up because I've also been trying to get into more Black authors. So this is something that I'm gonna dabble in and try out. So those are the 2 books I did get. Within this time, I have been reading, kind of. Honestly, the only things that I've read are 2 books that I've already read last year. That's how I started my year off. I did 2 rereads of the year. I reread Beach Vibes by Mallory. God, these names. How do people remember the names of these authors? Wait a second. I was all wrong. That's that lady's last name. But I reread Beach Vibes by Susan Mallory, and I reread Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I was in the mood to reread Lights Out first of all, mostly because I want to read Caught Up at some point this year. So I wanted to reread Lights Out and, I don't know, get back in the mood for it. And Beach Vibes, it was just, it's a easy, soft book that I was able to finish in like one day. And that's all I've read, honestly. For the most part, I've been reading digitally on my tablet, which it's like, it's hard, mostly because it's a lot of staring at a screen, but at the same time, it still gave me a chance to read during the whole process that I've been going through. And I didn't even address the elephant in the room. We are in another location again. We're gonna be here for a bit longer, I hope. I hope, because moving is hell. It's absolutely crazy. But I know you can hear the echoing, bouncing off the wall or whatever. We don't have much yet, but that is something that we are going to slowly be working on, and I will be making content out of the different things that I am decorating in the house. So that's going to be really fun whenever that comes. And what goes with moving from place to place, like, you don't have the space to buy books. So I have not been buying the books that I've been reading recently. I've just been reading on my tablet for the most part. At the end of 2025, I've been just reading off my tablet, so I don't have to buy these books and try to keep up with them whenever I'm moving around and stuff. So I don't really have that many books on me. These books that I just told you was the first 2 books that I've gotten this year, but I do also remember sometime in 2025, I went to a coffee shop and they had an area where you can pick books out and like put books in, basically like a free library, which was really cool. And I picked up 2 books from there, and I haven't picked them up. I haven't read them yet, just because it's not what I'm in the mood for yet, because I am very much a mood reader, but they were interesting enough to a point where I know that at some point I want to read them. I got Georgia on Her Mind by Rachel Hawk, and it's a cute looking book. It says, how do you MC your class reunion when your life is on a tilt-a-whirl? Until 10:30 a.m. Monday, February 6, Macy Moore was most likely to succeed. A corporate executive on a fast track with a marriage material boyfriend and a cool city condo. By noon, she was as good as fired and dumped. How in the world could she go home to Beauty, Georgia now? So this seems like a very a drama-filled book that I feel like at some point I'd be in the mood to read. Honestly, rereading the back after the first time that I read it, I feel like I would want to read this a lot sooner than I thought. Probably not right now, because I do want to read one of my newer books, but I could see myself reading this within the next month or so, because it's not set in between like a season just by looking at it and just by reading it. So this seems like just any time of the year book. So I think I can squeeze this in somewhere before I go back to digital books, because I just need to take a break from my eyes from straining on a screen for so long. Because I'm supposed to wear glasses, y'all. That's something about me that you probably don't know, because ever since I started my channel, I have not been wearing glasses, because I have not gotten a new pair since the last pair that I had disappeared on me. Just like poof. So I haven't been worrying about it much, which is crazy of me. But I'm supposed to wear glasses, so straining my eyes on a screen for a long period of time has not been doing me good. I've been having terrible migraines. So I'm trying to take a break and read some physical books. So this one could be something that I read after I read my first 2 that I'm about to get, because I'm in the mood of like kind of a romance. Honestly, I want like a cutesy drama-filled romance. That's honestly what I'm looking for, and this is like a close second when it comes to like freaking lifestyle, life falling apart. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna fix this type thing? And it's gonna most likely end in a happy ending. And that's the type of books that I'm in the mood of reading right now. Just like something with, like, we know it's going to be a happy ending at the end, just something softer. That's what I'm in the mood for as of this moment right now. So this is something that I'm going to read soon. The next book that I ended up getting is Girl 11 by Amy Suter Clark. And this one is more so of it seems like it's more so of a mystery. It says a novel of suspense, basically. So this one's more on the not romantic side, I should say, a suspense kind of mystery. So this is something that right now I'm not really in the mood to read, but I do want to trickle down into this a little later in the year. Probably not that far into the year, but just a little later until I get my fix of romance. Because honestly right now I'm kind of fantasied out too. I just read the whole series of Avatar, and I want to get into Throne of Glass series, but it's so big. And then on top of that, I'm already being told that I should read Fourth Wing before I read Throne of Glass, just because that's a more relevant one too. So I'm just overwhelmed when it comes to fantasy. I don't know which one I want to read first, so I'm just taking a break on that. But the next fantasy series that I might end up reading is Fourth Wing, because there's only 2 books and a third one coming out soon, so that's not that much. But Throne of Glass, there's 7 books? That's a lot for my brain to process. So I'm just gonna take a break on fantasy completely, and this might be something that I read in between my romance and my fantasy as like a filler episode. So this seems pretty cool. Those are the 2 books that I ended up picking up later last year. I don't even remember when, that I have not read yet, but we do have these in the queue. For the most part, when it comes to physical books, I'm pretty set for right now until I can even get a setup for where to put my books, because I have maybe a total of, I'd say 5 to 6 books on me now being here. But I did tell you guys in a video before that majority of my things are in a storage shed up in Iowa still. So all the books that I did have originally, they're all in a storage shed. So I don't really have to worry about trying to find a place for those yet. But for now, while I still have a little bit of books, I want to find storage for it and hopefully get more books. That's everything that we have for physical books. I do want to talk about my Goodreads, like the reading goal and everything that I set for myself this year. Also the digital books that I did start already this year, which I've only started 1 book this year. I started reading Honey and Spice. I did start reading this, and I've only made it to chapter 4. It's a good book. I do like it, and I want to finish it, but like I told y'all before, I'm just trying to take a break on my eye strain on the screens. So this is going to take a sidebar for a little bit, unless I'm like out in public, I forget my actual book and I have my phone or my tablet. This is going to be something that I slowly read until like it's done, basically. But I did end up setting my reading goals challenge. My reading goals challenge is 30 books right now. And like I said, I did the 2 rereads of the year. So those 2 books are on here, and it says read 1 more book to get back on track. So I'm already a little behind. That's what we're going to be trying to do in this video. We're going to be trying to get honestly ahead of my reading goal before I get too far behind. Because my plan this year is to pace myself when it comes to the reading challenge. I have it set to 30 right now. But if I end up surpassing 30 and it's like the middle of the year, not even close to the end of the year, I might up it a little bit. Because I know it does like show whenever you go over your goal. But I kind of want to try to do more than 45. But I feel like putting 45 on here is going to probably stress me out just a tad bit trying to get to it faster. Because last year I only read 18 books. But I didn't start back reading more deeply until like closer to the end of the year. So it's like I could do it, but I don't want to stress myself out trying to do it. So I'll either keep it at 30 or like switch it to 45 once I get to 30. Either way it goes, I want to try to read more than 45 books this year. So that's where we're sitting at right now on my reading goals. That's just about it for the book update portion. I do want to do a short segment of like my current crochet project as well. I haven't really been crocheting a lot because majority of what I have, like if you've seen any other videos, y'all know that I have a huge stash of yarn and all of that's in storage, so I don't really have much with me, and I'm not trying to overdo it when it comes to the yarn, being the fact that I have been moving around, but now that I'm in my place, I do want to try to get more into crocheting. But for now, I found this skein of gray, and I've decided to start a star blanket, and it's not gonna really be that big. I'm hoping for it to be like for a baby blanket type thing. But yeah, I did start on this, see how much this will make out of this. It probably won't need all of this, but if it does, it's still not going to be that big. So this is something that I've slowly been working on, which is starting to look really good. I like how it looks. For the most part, we're going to be waiting for these books to come in, and that's whenever I'll be able to update y'all when they come. Now the only thing is, I don't know when they're gonna come, so it might be freaking dark by the time they get here, which I really hope not. It's already about to be 2 p.m. and it gets dark around 5:30ish, so I really hope it's not dark by then. It was only 30 minutes later and it came, so we're gonna open her up. Oh, here they are. Size difference is crazy. This one's really big compared to this one, but here they are, and it's so exciting. I love getting new books. Like, it's so exciting. I've been wanting to read this one so bad, and I'm so happy I'm able to read it. Imagine if that was you. Like, imagine if that was your journal and you got some crazy stuff up in there and it goes missing and someone's blackmailing you. Like, that's crazy. And looks like it's gonna be a quick read, especially because of how excited I am to read it. So I don't think this is gonna take long at all to read. But like I did say before, this is kind of like a inspiration off of Beauty and the Beast, and I like how they did it like inspired by but not completely based on. So they had like the freedom to do anything, hence the fact that these are Black characters. It's gonna be more on the side of talking about how different it is in different businesses as a Black woman than it would be as like a white male, for example. Or this is going to be the first one that I get into, and I cannot wait. I truly cannot. Unfortunately, I cannot start reading right now. I do have some things I need to do, as in a little bit of cleaning, which is not that much, thankfully, but there is just a little bit of things that I need to make sure is good before I can just sit down and fully chill and start reading. Also, I do want to get like kind of ahead of things and start trying to edit this video as I go, because I do want to try to stick to my schedule, my posting schedule that I was trying to do for the longest. I want to post on Saturdays. Hey y'all, it is a few hours later. It's 9:30 right now, and I did end up starting, excuse me while I ugly cry, I think I'm on chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. Chapter 5. I'm on chapter 5 right now, page 48. So far, we're just basically getting into, it's just explaining the character and how like her brain works and why she has a specific journal that has so much personal things in it, why she carries it around, because she needs it like throughout the day so she can write down her thoughts in order to be able to get over them so they don't overcome her and make her stress out and go crazy throughout the day. So that's just all we're going through. She's already lost the journal, and now she's trying to figure out who's blackmailing her, because the first piece of her journal has already been outed to the school about the fact that she did not get into a college that she's been running around claiming she got into. The blackmailer is saying, well, you have to complete this list in order for me to give you your journal. And this list is basically saying, tell your secrets, tell your parents you didn't get into your dream school. Well, tell your parents you didn't get into their dream school. Tell your best friend from 10 years and also crush that you're in love with him. And just like basically forcing her to confront her own fears. And we're about to get to a point where her best friend, as of like the last week or so, like before the last week, she's been friends with her. They stopped being friends, and her best friend was in the post that was outed, talking about like a lie that she basically said. So she's about to run into her ex-best friend. So we're gonna see how that goes. The first time she ran into her, she was completely silent and just ran off. She didn't want to talk about what happened. She was just too stressed out because of the fact she lost her journal. Like she's on the verge of tears, so she doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to do anything because she's on the verge of actually like crashing out on literally everyone. If not crashing out, she's on the verge of like crying very, very bad, which I feel her 100%. I know exactly how that feels. So that's where we are right now. I took a little break to grab some grapes, some green grapes. We're just gonna keep reading and see how far we can get tonight. Hey y'all, it's the next day, and like I told y'all yesterday, today is my birthday. I didn't really do much. For the most part, I chilled at the house, hence the fact that I'm still very much dressed down, but I was able to kind of celebrate just a little bit, like just a little something, because I really didn't want nothing big or extravagant at all this year. I really didn't. I just wanted to stay at the house and just chill out a little bit. But my boyfriend did still end up getting me a few things, which is really nice of him. Other than the books, he did surprise me today with a little red velvet cake. He wrote me a little letter. A letter? What? I sound old. He wrote me a what are these called? But he gave me a card. I brain farted. There's another word for these, isn't it? I don't know. And out of all cards, he chose this one, which makes a lot of sense. So this is really cute. He also got me a Hello Kitty mug that I've been looking at that I haven't picked up yet. He went ahead and grabbed that for me. And also these Dr. Pepper like sleeping pants, because I've always been wanting these specifically, but I never got them for myself for some reason. Like I've gotten different ones. Like I have ramen ones. I had a pair of Naruto ones, but for some reason I never picked up the Dr. Pepper ones. And I say it every time we go to Walmart, oh, I want to get a pair of those. And he picked them up for me, which is really nice. This year is not bad at all. It wasn't bad, and I enjoyed it, just being able to chill, not being stressed out. I'm not gonna lie, I slept a good bit of the day, so I did not read a lot of the book either. But I just seen today as like a lounge day. Like it's my birthday. Like I didn't do too much at all. I didn't really get that much farther into the book than I had last night. I'm still in the same chapter that I ended off on, but I did read a little bit. Yeah, I'm still in chapter 12, but I read like 3 pages today. That's it. So not really much has changed with this, and I'm really teetering between just chilling out for the rest of the night and watching TV or like reading. I might end up picking up the book if I'm like bored of what I'm watching, but for right now I think I'm gonna lay down and do some more chilling, watch TV, possibly read my book tonight. But for sure we're gonna pick back up on the book tomorrow, for sure, because it's a really good book and I want to be able to finish it within a good amount of time. And I feel like the air is on right now, so I feel like that's really loud, so I just want to address that, just in case you're like, well, what is that in the background? The air is on and it's really loud, so my bad for all of that. I'm just gonna end the clip here. I might come back tonight, I might come back tomorrow, who knows. It depends on where my energy's at, because I could sleep right now if I really tried. I really could, but I don't want to yet, because it's only 8:23, y'all. So it's still pretty early. I don't want to go to sleep this early. Hey y'all, it is sometime later and I am almost done with this book. I'm like a little over, I'd say a little over 70% done with this book. And I am on chapter 22 right now. So yeah, this is how much I have left of the book. So far, like it's a really good book. I have gotten to the part where she finally figured out who stole her journal, who's been blackmailing her. And I don't really want to give too much spoilers just in case. I don't remember what I said before about the book, but I think all I talked about for the most part is everything that was going on, like everything that's talked about on the back of the book. I think that's about it. This story, like it's really good as a YA book, honestly, because I can just imagine me reading this in high school and like probably having a life-changing like thought about everything when it comes to friends and like your future, and when it comes to like college and finding your place. This is actually a really good book for Black high schoolers and Black, like honestly young adults to read. It really shows like how hard it is like mentally as like a Black girl being around nothing but white people, going out trying to live a normal life, and then just like it's just like a constant reminder that you're a minority everywhere you go. And it's like it's very mentally draining because it just beats you up and you can't really talk about it because no one else around you really understands, unless you find that one or like that small group of other Black people that understands you. You have no one to talk to. So I really love how this book like talks about that side of things and gives different perspectives from like the main character, the love interest, and like another character, just like different perspectives of like how they dealt with it and how much they see that the main character, she's dealing with it and like trying to help her navigate it because she hasn't had that person that she could talk to. So it's really good. I do like this book and I feel like I could finish it tonight. I think I could finish it tonight. It is only 2:41 p.m. so it's still the middle of the afternoon. It's also really dull. It's been raining, so that's why I had to use my ring light because the natural light's not really there. It's really dull. It's been raining. It's like the perfect weather to read, so that's what I've been doing all day. That's why I didn't update y'all, and that's also why I'm just like I'm chilling in the bed. I have my bonnet on. I really don't have places to go right now. I don't have anywhere that I want to be or want to go, so I've just been reading in the room. So I'm gonna look comfy in every video. Sorry to tell y'all. I don't know if y'all came to my channel to see pretty faces, but this is how this is how you're gonna get me, because this is what we're doing all day. So why would I get dressed up just to lay in bed and read and then come to y'all and talk updates? I don't really see a point. I thought we were here for this, not not this. I actually want to know how far along exactly I am. I'm gonna put my progress into Goodreads. Also, I do have a Goodreads, so if you want to follow me on Goodreads, it's going to be in my description, in my links, or I can just put it on screen. Well, it's gonna be in both. It's gonna be on the screen, and I'm gonna put it in the description as well. It says that I'm 69% into the book, so almost 70%. So yeah, I'm getting through it pretty quickly, and I think I can get through it tonight. Hey y'all, I don't remember the last time I talked to y'all, but I do remember almost being done with this book. I was like 69% through the book, but as you can see, I did finish it completely. I finished it like maybe a few hours ago. I was just like cleaning and doing other stuff before I was able to sit down and do the rest of this video. I ended up giving this book a 4-star. It's like a, yeah, I feel like a 4-star is a pretty good rating for it in my system, at least, just because YA is not really my, I don't know the word that I'm looking for, because it's not like, I'll read it because it's a good like palate cleanser whenever you're reading something like crazy or like fantasy filled. It's a good palate cleanser, so I do like to dabble in YA like stories, but it's just not my this is what happens whenever I try to keep up with the times and use like the trendy phrases of this generation. I can't think of it at all, but it was a really good book. I did enjoy it. I gave it a 4-star on Goodreads. At some point, I do want to read some more of her books, because at the end of this book, actually, she has a, it's like a sneak peek. Yeah. It's a sneak peek of her book, Confessions of an Alleged Good Girl. And all she makes are YA like romances right now. So basically what to expect is really like a soft, cozy, drama-filled kind of story, but it's not really crazy and like extra spicy, like NSFW type of work, which is, like I said, it's a really good palate cleanser. So I do want to dabble more into her books because I like her writing style. She knows how to portray how Black people feel in certain instances, like in this book about this girl's diary and going through basically real life, not knowing how to control your feelings or emotions without blowing up completely or without getting silenced to a point where you're in a corner not being yourself. So I do like her writing style a lot. I have not started another book yet, which I think I'm gonna save that for next video, because this video was supposed to just be like a little update, what I'm reading currently, kind of week, like spend a week with me. Now that I did finish this, I'm coming back to end this video off. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of my socials, I do have a Linktree down below with literally every single one of my links of anything, including my Goodreads. So if you want to see me on any other platform other than YouTube, that's where you go. And with that, I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.